One of the most confusing experiences a man can face is when a woman he likes starts pulling away. Suddenly, messages go unanswered, interactions feel cold, or she seems distant. The natural instinct for many men is to chase, over-explain, or try harder to regain her attention. While understandable, these reactions often push her further away rather than drawing her closer. It's important to understand that her distance is rarely a reflection of your worth or attractiveness. Instead, it is usually a subconscious signal rooted in female psychology. Women are highly sensitive to emotional energy, confidence, and independence. When she steps back, it can be a way of testing how secure, calm, and self-sufficient you are under emotional tension. There are many reasons she might distance herself. She could be feeling emotionally overwhelmed, uncertain about her feelings, or cautious about vulnerability. Sometimes it's a subconscious test to see whether you can maintain your life, confidence, and composure without constantly seeking her attention. Her withdrawal is not necessarily rejection. It's an opportunity to demonstrate value, emotional intelligence, and patience. Understanding why women pull back allows men to respond strategically rather than reactively. The difference between men who lose attraction and those who strengthen it lies in awareness, composure, and thoughtful action. When handled correctly, her distance can create curiosity, mental preoccupation, and even increased desire. In this video, we will break down 7 key strategies to handle a woman's distance effectively. Each strategy will explain the psychology behind her behavior and show how you can respond in a way that maintains your value, builds attraction, and strengthens the connection. By the end, you'll understand that her temporary withdrawal is not a setback. It's a doorway to deeper attraction and emotional investment. The first and most important step when a woman distances herself is to stay calm and resist the urge to chase. It's natural to feel anxiety when someone you care about pulls back, but responding impulsively often undermines attraction. Chasing, sending multiple messages, calling repeatedly, or over-explaining yourself signals neediness and insecurity, which can diminish her respect and desire. Her withdrawal is often a subconscious test. Women are highly attuned to emotional energy and stability. When she steps back, she wants to see if you can maintain your composure, independence, and confidence under tension. How you respond communicates more than any words ever could. Panicking or overcompensating may cause her to view you as emotionally unstable or dependent, which can lower attraction. Staying calm doesn't mean ignoring her completely or pretending she doesn't exist. It means managing your emotional response while continuing to focus on your own life. Pursue your hobbies, advance your career, spend time with friends, and maintain routines that give your life purpose. By doing so, you demonstrate that your happiness is not dependent on her attention. This self-sufficiency subconsciously increases your value in her eyes. Your calm presence also gives her the mental space to process her emotions. If her withdrawal is due to uncertainty, fear of vulnerability, or emotional overwhelm, your steady composure allows her subconscious to reconsider her feelings without pressure. Subtle cues, like a shift in her tone, light attempts to reconnect, or lingering curiosity, indicate that your approach is working. Consistency is key. Don't chase to fix the situation, demand explanations, or overanalyze every action. Instead, let your calm confidence speak for you. The more controlled and composed you remain, the stronger your presence becomes, even in absence. In short, staying calm and not chasing transforms her distance into an opportunity to build attraction. It demonstrates emotional stability, independence, and high value, setting the foundation for curiosity and engagement. The men who master this step create tension that draws her back naturally, without force. The second essential strategy when a woman distances herself is to give her space. Many men make the mistake of interpreting her withdrawal as rejection and immediately try to fill the void with constant messages, calls, or explanations. While well-intentioned, this approach usually backfires, eliminating the very tension that creates attraction. Giving space allows her mind and emotions to process your absence, which is critical in female psychology. Women often pull back for reasons unrelated to disinterest. She may be feeling overwhelmed, uncertain about her feelings, or testing your confidence and independence. By stepping back, you give her the room to evaluate the connection on her own terms, which demonstrates patience, emotional intelligence, and self respect, qualities women find highly attractive. Giving space does not mean disappearing indefinitely. It means reducing your presence strategically. Limit unsolicited messages, avoid forcing interactions, and refrain from seeking constant reassurance. The goal is to create a subtle absence that allows her subconscious to notice your value and feel curiosity rather than pressure. During this time, focus on your own life. Engage in hobbies, spend time with friends, pursue career goals, and invest in personal growth. This reinforces your independence and shows that your happiness is not tied to her attention. Living a full and purposeful life naturally increases perceived value and intrigue. Pay attention to subtle signs that your absence is effective. She might check your social media, initiate light or indirect communication, or show curiosity through mutual friends. These small gestures indicate mental engagement and preoccupation, suggesting that she is beginning to reassess your presence in her life. Timing and consistency are also critical. Too little space may not create the emotional tension needed, while too much can make her feel neglected. Striking the right balance allows her to reflect, appreciate your value, and reconsider the connection. In short, giving her space transforms distance into an opportunity for attraction. It encourages curiosity, creates emotional preoccupation, and positions you as a confident, independent man. By respecting her need for space and focusing on your own life, you turn her withdrawal into a tool that strengthens desire and deepens the connection. The third crucial strategy when a woman distances herself is to focus on your own life. When her attention wanes, it's easy to become consumed with thoughts about her, overanalyzing messages, obsessing over her actions, or trying to force engagement. This mindset lowers your perceived value and diminishes attraction. A high-value man uses her distance as an opportunity to live fully, maintain independence, and demonstrate confidence through action rather than words. Women are naturally attracted to men who are engaged with their own purpose. By pursuing your hobbies, social activities, and personal growth, you communicate that your happiness and self-worth do not depend on her attention. This independence triggers curiosity and intrigue because she senses that you are a man of substance, not someone seeking validation or approval. Focusing on your life also protects your emotional state. Obsessing over her behavior can create tension, stress, and neediness, qualities that reduce attraction. By redirecting energy toward meaningful activities, you remain grounded, emotionally stable, and confident, which are qualities that women subconsciously evaluate. Your focus creates psychological scarcity. When she sees that you are busy, thriving, and confident without seeking her attention, your value rises naturally. Scarcity combined with consistent composure increases curiosity, mental preoccupation, and desire. She begins to wonder about your life, who you spend time with, and why your attention is no longer immediately available. This reflection deepens attraction. Practical ways to focus on your life include maintaining routines, engaging in hobbies, pursuing career goals, spending time with friends, and investing in personal development. Social media posts or casual mentions of accomplishments can subtly reinforce your high-value presence without seeming desperate. Additionally, focusing on your life regains control of the dynamic. Instead of reacting impulsively to her distance, you set the pace for the interaction. By being self-sufficient and occupied, you naturally draw her back through intrigue rather than pressure. In short, when a woman pulls away, focusing on your life transforms distance into a tool for attraction. It reinforces independence, emotional stability, and high value, while creating curiosity and desire. By living fully and prioritizing your own growth, you strengthen your presence and increase the likelihood that she will re-engage on her own terms. The fourth essential strategy when a woman distances herself is to maintain calm confidence. Women are highly sensitive to emotional energy, and your reaction to her withdrawal communicates far more than any words ever could. Panic, frustration, or overcompensation signals insecurity and neediness, which can significantly reduce attraction. Calm confidence means remaining composed and emotionally steady, regardless of her behavior. You don't overanalyze every action, overtext, or attempt to force explanations. Instead, you continue living your life with purpose, pursue your goals, and engage meaningfully with friends and social activities. This consistent self-assurance demonstrates that your emotional stability and happiness do not depend on her attention. Maintaining calm confidence also passes a subconscious test. When a woman pulls back, she is often evaluating whether you are dependable, grounded, and able to handle emotional tension. A man who responds with composure effortlessly passes this test, reinforcing attraction. Conversely, reacting with panic, desperation, or overexcitement signals a lack of control and reduces her desire. There are practical ways to display calm confidence. Avoid overthinking or replaying interactions in your mind. Focus on your own life, hobbies, and personal growth. Respond to her communications thoughtfully and in measured energy. Remain consistent in behavior and maintain your boundaries. By staying composed, you create subtle psychological tension that naturally draws her in. Women are attracted to men who balance interest with independence, demonstrating both strength and emotional stability. Your calm presence encourages curiosity, mental preoccupation, and desire without pressure or neediness. In short, maintaining calm confidence transforms her distance into an opportunity for attraction. It signals security, high value, and emotional intelligence, making you magnetic even when she tests the connection. Calm confidence reinforces respect, increases her interest, and sets the stage for rebuilding attraction in a way that is deliberate, patient, and effective. The fifth key strategy when a woman distances herself is to stop overanalyzing. Many men make the mistake of obsessing over every text, conversation, or social media post, searching for hidden meanings or signs of interest. While it may feel like taking control, overanalyzing actually undermines your value and lowers attraction. Women are highly perceptive to emotional energy. Constantly second-guessing her intentions or replaying her behavior signals insecurity and dependence on her validation. When you overthink, your emotional state becomes tied to her responses, which reduces the sense of independence and strength that naturally draws women in. It's important to understand that her distance is rarely a reflection of your worth. Often, she is simply taking space to process emotions, evaluate the connection, or test your confidence. Recognizing this allows you to step back mentally, accept the situation objectively, and stop obsessing over interpretations. Instead of overanalyzing, focus on what you can control: your actions, responses, and your life. Redirect mental energy toward personal goals, hobbies, and social interactions. This approach not only reinforces independence, but also allows her distance to generate natural curiosity, desire, and preoccupation. Overthinking can also slow down your strategic response. When your mind is consumed with speculation, you are more likely to make mistakes like chasing, overtexting, or apologizing unnecessarily. High-value men let psychological tension work in their favor, allowing her to think about them without pressure. In short, when a woman distances herself, don't obsess or overanalyze. Maintain mental clarity, emotional composure, and focus on your own life. Let her distance create natural intrigue and tension, increasing attraction while you remain grounded, confident, and high value. By stopping overanalysis, you strengthen your presence, reinforce independence, and turn uncertainty into opportunity. The sixth strategy when a woman distances herself is to let her come to you. This step builds on the previous strategies of giving space, maintaining calm confidence, and avoiding overanalysis. When you resist the urge to chase and focus on your own life, you create a natural magnetic pull that encourages her to initiate contact on her own. Women are subconsciously drawn to men who are independent, emotionally grounded, and not desperate for validation. By allowing her to take the first step, you shift the dynamic in your favor. When she reaches out voluntarily, it demonstrates that she is thinking about you, emotionally preoccupied, and genuinely curious, rather than being forced to engage. Many men fail at this step because they fear losing her completely. They attempt to fill the void with texts, calls, or explanations. This behavior signals neediness and undermines attraction. A confident man understands that absence creates desire, and letting her initiate contact demonstrates emotional control, self-assurance, and high value. Allowing her to come to you also lets her test your boundaries. By not chasing, you communicate that your attention is earned, not automatically given. This subtle scarcity increases her mental preoccupation, desire, and emotional investment. Even small gestures, like a casual text or social media interaction, indicate that your absence is effective and that she is reevaluating your presence in her life. Timing and consistency are critical. Allow enough space for her to feel the impact of your absence, but remain accessible in a way that does not compromise your independence. When she does reach out, respond with calm, measured energy. Avoid overwhelming her with attention or overreacting, as this can diminish the attraction you have carefully built. In short, letting her come to you transforms her distance into a strategic advantage. It increases her curiosity, emotional engagement, and desire, while reinforcing your high-value presence. By staying calm, independent, and confident while allowing her to initiate contact, you turn her temporary withdrawal into an opportunity to strengthen attraction, deepen the connection, and create a dynamic where she actively chooses to invest in you. The seventh and final strategy when a woman distances herself is to rebuild attraction slowly. After giving her space, maintaining calm confidence, focusing on your life, and letting her come to you, the next step is to reestablish connection without rushing or overwhelming her. Women respond best when attention is paced, consistent, and paired with high-value behavior rather than forced or immediate. Rebuilding attraction begins with subtle engagement. When she initiates contact or interacts with you, respond thoughtfully but briefly. Use humor, light teasing, or meaningful conversation to create tension and intrigue. Avoid over-communicating or trying to win her back with excessive attention, as this lowers your perceived value. Instead, demonstrate that your presence is rewarding but not obligatory, creating curiosity and emotional investment. During this phase, continue to prioritize your own life. Maintain your routines, hobbies, social interactions, and personal goals. Independence reinforces your value, making every interaction feel like a choice rather than a demand. This approach naturally enhances attraction because it shows that you are self-sufficient and confident. Another important principle is to mirror her energy subtly. Observe how she communicates, the level of emotional engagement she shows, and her tone. Gradually matching her energy creates balance and comfort while maintaining a dynamic that encourages curiosity. It allows her to feel both safe and intrigued, strengthening the emotional connection over time. Patience is critical in this process. Rebuilding attraction is not about forcing closeness quickly, but about creating a rhythm that draws her in naturally. Every interaction should leave her wanting more, thinking about you between conversations and reflecting on your value. Consistency and deliberate pacing reinforce the perception that you are a high-value man who engages thoughtfully rather than desperately. Finally, maintain boundaries and standards throughout. Attraction grows when a man demonstrates self-respect and ensures the relationship dynamic does not compromise his independence. Slow, deliberate rebuilding allows your qualities, confidence, composure, and independence to shine, creating psychological tension that strengthens desire. In short, rebuilding attraction slowly turns her distance into an opportunity for deeper connection, transforming temporary withdrawal into long-term desire, curiosity, and emotional investment. When a woman distances herself or begins ignoring you, it is rarely a sign of rejection. Instead, it reflects natural female psychology, subconscious evaluation, and attraction dynamics. How a man responds in these moments determines whether the connection deepens or fades. The seven-step framework we've outlined provides a strategic approach to navigating her distance. Stay calm and don't chase. Composure signals confidence and emotional stability. Give her space. Absence creates curiosity and emotional preoccupation. Focus on your life. Independence and purpose naturally increase value. Maintain calm confidence. Composure under tension demonstrates high value. Don't overanalyze. Mental clarity preserves attraction and prevents neediness. Let her come to you. Voluntary engagement strengthens emotional investment. Rebuild attraction slowly. Subtle, paced interactions deepen desire without pressure. Each step reinforces your independence, self respect, and emotional stability while creating psychological tension that encourages her to reflect on your qualities and reassess her feelings. Women naturally test men who are high value, and withdrawal is often a subconscious signal to evaluate strength, consistency, and confidence. Men who panic, chase, or overcompensate undermine attraction. Men who respond with patience, composure, and measured confidence increase curiosity, desire, and emotional investment. By allowing space, letting her initiate contact, and rebuilding attraction deliberately, distance becomes a tool for long-term connection rather than a setback. In short, mastering these strategies transforms tension into desire, uncertainty into curiosity, and temporary withdrawal into lasting connection. By remaining grounded, high value, and in control, you create a dynamic that ensures you remain magnetic, respected, and emotionally compelling in the modern dating world.